Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels Collector video. Today we are going to be reacting to the Hot Wheels 2024 B case. And I will quickly mention that this footage is brought to you by Ministry of Diecast. Without his footage this video would not be possible, so I cannot thank him enough. The link to the original video will be in the description as well as in the pinned comment. And yeah, I have made a few different edits to this video which kind of just cut out a few things where just nothing's happening, such as when he's pulling things out of the case and things like that. But anyways, that's really it for the intro of this video. Now let's get into the actual reaction of this thing. Alright, so kicking off this reaction then, we have the Shark Bite, which is actually a fantasy car. This is returning from the previous case, so at least I think it is, because I don't actually pay a whole lot of attention to the fantasies because I don't personally collect them. I'm not really interested in that car. It's kind of some kind of shark inspired thing. I believe this is actually new for the case, the limited grip. I really do like this fantasy car. It does receive side tampo as well as top tampo. Has these interesting chrome gold kind of wheels and is painted in a metallic red, or what appears to be metallic. Really nice colour on that. I actually do like that casting. It's one of the fantasies which I'm tempted to get. I'm not going to though, because I only collect licensed stuff. This is actually returned from the previous case, the 2020 Ram 1500 Rebel. Painted in a glossy white colour. Does receive side tampo as well as front tampo. This is also returning from the previous case, the Volvo XC40 Recharge. This was a brand new casting for 2023. Debuted in a metallic green colour. Now in this interesting blue. Does receive side tampo as well as rear tampo, and it's in kind of a race look. I actually do like that quite a lot, and it definitely does compete with the debut car. I don't know which one's nicer, they're both fantastic. This is also really nice. The Nissan Skyline R30, done in a metallic purple colour, does receive side tampo as well as rear lights, and all rear tampo, as well as some nice chrome gold wheels. I think that's going to be one of the most popular out of this case. This one's also really nice, the Porsche 911 Carrera RS 2.7. This was a brand new casting for 2023, debuted in white and blue, and yeah, really cool car, that one, but it's in a really interesting colour this time, in yellow, so that's normal, but the front and rear bumper are in black, so it makes it look like it's been in some kind of accident and it's had like a replacement front bumper. You know when people don't actually respray the bumper to match the rest of the colour of the car? That's kind of what it looks like's happened with this car. Really interesting look, and I can't unsee that now. You're probably the same now that I've taught you that. The Plymouth Barracuda we've just seen, which was obviously the 1971, was in the previous case, so it's nothing new. I haven't really missed out on anything there. Done in a blue colour, and I believe it does receive side tampo as well as, I think it might be top tampo. But anyways, continuing, some more fantasy stuff. This one's licensed though. This is the Fiat 500e, done in a glossy light grey colour. Does receive side tampo as well as front tampo. It also has some black wheels with a nice orange chrome lip. I know a lot of people won't be that interested in that car, but it's still a cool one. And yeah, I'm really happy to see that. That is returned from the previous case though, not new for this one. This is actually a brand new casting for this case and for this year. The Proton Saga receives side tampo as well as front tampo. It's in a glossy red and does have the aero disc wheels painted in chrome. I actually really do like this casting, although here in the UK I don't think that's going to be super popular. It might be more of a peg warmer, but I know in Malaysia it's going to be super popular because that's kind of where this car originates from, that kind of region. This is not new for this case, it's from the previous one, but I really do like this one, and I really do like what they're doing with the Mighty K. It does receive side tampo as well as rear tampo, and is painted in this interesting light blue metallic colour. Really nice though, and as I've said, I really do like what they're doing with that casting. They're making it look very realistic and really nice, to be honest. That's all I can describe it as. Super cool looking. I really like the glossy red one we saw as the Super Treasure Hunt in the M case as well. I thought that was fantastic. This is also, I believe, new for this case, the 1956 Corvette. Does receive side tampo as well as front tampo, and is painted in a glossy grey colour. I believe that is Ken's Corvette from the Barbie movie. I haven't actually watched the movie myself. I'm not really interested in that, but I think that's what it is. That was a new casting for 2023, debuted in pink, then went to blue, and now it's in Ken's livery. I quite like the casting, but I'm not super keen on the colour of that thing. Some more fantasy stuff here, surfed up, not interested in this at all. You might be though, and that's totally fine if you are. I am interested in this though, even though it is a fantasy car. It's meant to be like the Coupe Clip, but with wheels. The El Segundo Coupe, painted in this interesting metallic blue colour, does receive side tampo as well as top tampo. I like the colour wheels on this, they are chrome. I really do like what they've done with that casting. It looks really realistic, and it just has this nice spin on it. It just looks awesome, even though it's a fantasy. It's one of those fantasy cars which look quite realistic and just look great. I also quite like this Hot Wheels Braille Racer. Always nice to see some cars for the blind people. It's always a great thing to happen. Recoloured in a purplish colour. I quite like the look of that. It's been actually quite a popular cast, and lots of people have been picking that thing up, even though it is a fantasy car. Quite interesting fact there that they've been picking them up. I wasn't expecting that, but they have. Some more fantasy stuff here, but this isn't fantasy. The Honda CB750 Cafe. You might be interested in this. It is a licensed motorbike, but I don't collect motorbikes, and I know a lot of people don't either. Here is the Tesla Model Y, painted in a blue colour. I don't believe it's metallic. If it is, it's slightly metallic. It does receive rear tampo as well as the headlights and the Tesla badge, so I believe it's been top tampoed. It does have black wheels, and fun fact, this was a new casting for 2023 and has only featured in the factory fresh kind of look ever since it debuted in that white colour. I really do like this though. The Nissan Patrol Custom in this search and rescue livery. It has this snow theme. The wheels have been painted in white, or well, they're made out of white plastic. They're not actually painted. It has loads of white tampo up the side and on the top, making it look like it's been rallying or off-roading in the snow. And I really do like the look of that. I've never seen a Hot Wheel with white wheels to represent snow. Really interesting look on that. I actually really do like it. They've done a great job on that thing. Alright, so continuing with this reaction then, we have the 15 Dodge Charger SRT in the Hot Wheels First Response mini-series. Painted in a glossy red colour. It does have side tampo as well as top tampo. And it's in this Hot Wheels Airlines graphic. I quite like the look of this, although I'm not a big fan of the casting itself. It does also have grey wheels. I think this casting would look best in some kind of police livery. I know you guys in America do actually get Dodge police cars, so that is definitely something that could happen. Obviously the light bar is created through the window plastic, so they'd have to have blue windows, but that would look a little bit funky, but I mean it would definitely look better than anything they've done with it so far, in my opinion at least. Here is a cool fantasy car, the Max Steel, but what I really do like about this is the colour. I really do like that red colour. I believe it is slightly metallic, although I might be wrong. It's quite hard to see. It also does have these nice white walls on it as well. I really do like that design. I think they've made that fantasy car look fantastic. Really, really cool. Here's a new one for this case, the Corvette C6 in an luminous orange colour. It does have side tampo as well as top tampo. The colour scheme here is orange and black. I didn't actually know that they had that casting in the Hot Wheels casting lineup. Really cool to see it returning, and yeah, I'll be super excited to get that car because I actually don't have it in my collection, as you can already tell, because I didn't even know it existed. That custom auto is coming from the previous case and is a fantasy car. This Ford Escort RS 2000 is also coming from the previous case. It was actually the Super Treasure Hunt for the 2024 A case, done in this lime green. I'm not a big fan of that colour. It also does have front tampo as well as rear tampo. I personally prefer the debut casting colours for 2023, the white on blue, and then we had a red colour scheme as well. Usually the Hot Wheels team introduced their new castings with a more stock look, but this time they actually introduced it with a more crazy tampo, and then they've done a more stock look for this year. This, what is on screen right now, the Mazda Autozam, is also a new casting for 2024. It's this kind of crazy monster truck kind of look. It has side tampos as well as front tampos. It won the Legends Tour of 2023 and is painted in a glossy white colour. The only thing that sucks about that is it will not fit in the creative options organisers, which is where I store my cars, so that is the only reason why I'm not looking forward too much to getting that car, but I will have to pick one up for the year review video, which I do intend to do next year as well. That Ford GT, which you've just seen, is from the previous case, so nothing new there. However, this 72 Stingray convertible is actually new for this case. Painted in a glossy white colour, it does receive a rear tampo as well as side tampo. It does have a blue windshield. Fun fact about that, the headlights actually do work on that car. If you shine a light underneath, it will actually glow, which is really cool. But yeah, I do quite like that colour scheme, although I do prefer the debut blue colour, which debuted in 2023 when it was a new casting with, it was like a metallic colour. This is actually new for this case, and the Honda Civic Si. By the way, the previous Corvette was from the previous case. Really interesting colour here, metallic goldy kind of colour. It does receive rear tampo as well as top tampo, being the hood and the headlights. It's got a red interior and it looks very street racery. I also kind of like the wheels on it, although I think they could have picked a better wheel choice on it. Black wheels with a red chrome lip. Yeah, that's going to be the most popular out of the case. That Ford Raptor 2019 one is in the HKS livery. I really do like that, although I've never seen the HKS livery on a pickup truck before. I think we all can agree, or most of us will, that that is the best automotive camo we have ever seen. It's just great. It's like a paint splatter, loads of different colours. The HKS livery is just so awesome. Two great cars right next to each other. That Civic, as I've said, looks great. It's going to be very popular, and it looks totally different to the one I have in my collection. It's in a metallic blue colour. The one that we have in this case, the metallic blue one's from 2021, by the way. The one we have in this case is more of a street racer look. It looks more modified, which I think is down to that hood we have, which is done in black. Here's a cool one though, the Volkswagen T2 pickup. I can't wait to get this. I don't actually have this casting. It's done in a matte grey colour. It does have side tampo. Headlights go without any detail. But I will definitely pick that one up. It's really a highlight in this case for me. I really do like that colour on that car. I think it just looks fantastic. It's like a greyish blue. It's not quite a grey and it's not quite a blue. It's a funky grey, but you see it on a lot of cars. Even in real life sometimes you see that colour. It's really hard to describe. Here's a nice one as well, brand new for this case, the Audi RS e-tron GT, done in white, with white wheels, does receive front tampo as well as rear tampo. That was in new casting in 2022, and actually has always been done in a stock look, although I do prefer the metallic grey colour it debuted in. The C-Zinger is from the previous case, so nothing new there. It was a new casting in the previous case, and this one's actually new for the 2024 B case. The Ford F-150 Lightning Custom, done in red, does receive a side tampo as well as top tampo. The only thing I don't like about this, and the reason why it's not going to beat this year, the 2023 new casting one done in blue, is because of them wheels. They just look hideous. I just don't like the design. I like the colour, the chrome looks good on it, but I don't like them wheels. They should not have been put on that car, especially since there are such large wheels on that car. The Humvee is also new for this case, done in a matte grey colour. Does receive side tampo as well as, I believe, top tampo. I'm not a big fan of the colour on it. I don't think that grey suits it fantastically, but it works. This car, which you're seeing right in front of you, would be the super treasure hunt for this case, the 18 Camaro SS. It has side tampo as well as top tampo. It has a black and orange colour scheme, kind of a Halloween look. Obviously, that one you've just seen is not the super treasure hunt. I'm not a big fan of the wheels. They look so humongous on that car. That's the only way I can describe them. They're done in grey, and I just don't really love the look of it. That's my opinion on it. Yeah, I'm happy that I already do have that Camaro in my collection, I think. In fact, I do. Yeah, the green one, which was from 2022. This one's really nice, the 87 Dodge D100, brand new for this case, done in that weird bluish colour. It's like a bluey, greeny, funky thing. I have never seen that colour on a Hot Wheels car before, I don't think anyway. It might be the same one they used on the Datsun, which is in the Nissan 5-pack. I do like the colour, but I don't really think it suits that car an awful lot, although it does look good, and the more you look at it, the more you like it. I just think they could have picked a different colour. I think that colour will look great on some other cars though. It's a really nice colour, but the vehicle choice that they put it on is not spectacular in my opinion. There's another one of them Proton Sagas, which is new for this case. I think that's the more hyped casting out of the two. I know the Mazda Autozam has a select few people who are in love with it, but it's not for me personally. This is really cool though. The Ain't Fair. This is actually the treasure hunt for this case. You can see the logo on the side in just a little bit. There you go. It's done in white. I really like the side graphics on it. That is just so cool looking, like the flame look. I just love the colour. That's a really, really cool bus. I didn't think I'd ever say that, but the Hot Wheels bus is really cool. That Ain't Fair casting is super nice. But anyways, that is it for this case. Really, really cool one. I'm going to pick my highlight now. My highlight is going to be the Civic Si. It's been close between that and the Skyline. They're both awesome. I also really do like the Volkswagen. The Autozam is really cool just because it's a new casting. The Proton Saga is really nice as well. I like the Porsche too, and I like the Ford Ranger as well. The rest, obviously, I still do like, but they're my highlights. But the main one that I really do like is that Civic. The only thing which I think they could have improved on is the wheel choice. I'm not a big fan of the red chrome lip around them, but the colour of the car, the tampo work is just great, and I think it will deserve its hype. I know a lot of people are over the JDM hype and think it's far too hype, the Japanese stuff, but I really love that car. I think the casting's really well done as well. And that does lead me on to my score out of 10 for this case. One of this case out of 10, it's going to be receiving an 8.5 out of 10. Very, very solid case. A very good way to start off the year. This is only the second case into the year. I think this is way better than the 2023 B case. I didn't think the 2023 B case was anything special. I didn't really like it that much. This one, on the other hand, is fantastic for a B case. I think it's only going to get better, and I can't wait to see what else comes from this year. But anyways, that's it for this video. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and you can also press that notification bell so you're not missing new uploads. Remember, you can also share this video with any friends, family, and any groups who may be interested. But remember, don't feel pressure if you don't feel like you have anybody who may be interested. You watching this video all the way to the end means so much to me, and I really do thank you for making it all the way up until this point. But anyways, that's it for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye everyone.